Joining us right now from Oklahoma City is at McTen, Dave McMenamin. McTen, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, Steve? What's up, Su'a? How are you guys doing?
We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Now, you were in that scrum this morning with Luka. Tell us what went down.
I was, and what I saw was kind of a very glum Luka Dončić. Bad body language. Not bad body language in terms of him not being open to talk about the questions that were coming his way, but he looked like someone who he told us he was frustrated with his words, but what he told us with his body was he's disappointed. To me, it wasn't looking in the eyes of a guy that is thinking somewhere in the back of his head that he'll be returning this series. And he never said that outright. You know, when I asked him, does he have an intention to try to ramp up when the series shifts to LA for games 3 and 4, he didn't flat out deny that he would do that. He just said, I'm trying to work day by day, and I'm working within the frame of an 8-week recovery window that my doctor told me there would be, and we're only at week 5.
See, what I don't understand about this is what was the real reality that Luka was going to come back? Because we know his hamstring injury was a serious one, enough to go and seek some type of treatment overseas, and the secret Illuminati treatment that he was given for this leg. I would give him a time frame to get him back by, even there were rumors saying at the end of the first round, start of the second. I don't think he ever had a chance of coming back. So what were the reality that we're facing as Laker fans, I guess, that Luka was never coming back? Why would he be so disappointed in that?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think if you're a Laker fan, you should probably ask the organization that you're a fan of, because it was the team that said he was out indefinitely. So right. Luka told us today that the first time he met to have that MRI on his left hamstring, the doctor told him it's going to be 8 weeks. I would assume at that time he got that information, the Los Angeles Lakers also had that information, and they chose not to share it. I don't have an answer for you there.
What's the status, and we'll talk about the game and the series in a second here, but the status of Jared Vanderbilt, who just had a really terrible injury last night?
Yeah, just a gruesome injury. The bone of his right pinky finger went through the skin at the joint. He was able to go back into the locker room, go back to the medical professionals that they had on hand at Paycom Center, and throughout the course of the second half, get the bone back in the skin, get the finger put back together, as JJ Redick said today, get stitched up, then get put in a splint and get bandaged up. So right now, he's day-to-day. Now, it is his non-shooting hand. Obviously, though, he is such a physical player. He relies on using his hands to, poke away the ball, get steals, to tangle up with players under the basket for boxing out position, for rebounds, et cetera, et cetera. We'll see, right? JJ Redick said it's a bit of a pain tolerance issue, but also, obviously, the finger is still vulnerable for something worse happening to it until it fully heals.
Right. Let's talk about the series now. Last night, the Lakers accomplished the one thing they accomplished was they blitzed Shea, and he had a quiet night. But as he said, when there are multiple bodies coming at me, there are multiple guys open, and those guys all made shots. What was your take last night on the Lakers hanging in there for a while, but ultimately losing big?
Listen, you have yourself in a game through 2.5 quarters in Oklahoma City. That didn't happen when they played here in April, when they had Austin and Luka, and they were rolling as a team, going 16-2, and the 18 games come into that night. So that, in a sense, is a step forward. Now, the final margin of victory of 18, that's not all that different than what the other games were, and the fact that the Lakers sputtered beyond LeBron James, not great signs. But I think the defensive schemes against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander were clearly effective. You hold him to 18 points. He had 7 turnovers. What J.J. Redick pointed to today was the non-Shai minutes is what killed them. when Shea's on the bench, you hope to be able to take advantage of the team not having their MVP on the court. And they get beat by 9 points in the non-Shea minutes. That's unacceptable. You have no chance to win that way. Lakers bench was outscored 34-15.
Yeah.
It wasn't the starters that let the Lakers down last night.
Do you think Austin Reaves will get the money he's searching for at the end of this season with the Lakers?
Well,
That's a tough question.
For?
Did he hurt his case last night for an extension?
I don't think so, no. Oh, I mean, listen, the guy's been with the Lakers from every step of his career, 5 years in the league, from undrafted to a borderline all-star, who, well, he would have been an all-star if not for the timing of his calf injury. Is his playoff performance through 3 games a sign of someone clearly deserving a max extension? No. But are you going to take into account everything he's done as a member of the franchise when you figure out that offer? Of course you are. And so
let me ask you about what they need to do different tomorrow night. I assume the game plan will be similar. Try to limit Shea, hope they miss shots, and hopefully have a better night than, Reaves, Smart, Kennard combined for 8 of 35 last night and limit the turnovers. I mean, they almost have to play a perfect game, don't they?
That's literally, I had those exact words said to me by someone in the locker room last night. We got, basically the person told me, hey, we got not the best game out of OKC.
Yep.
And we responded with not our best game. We need to play our best game while they don't play their best game. Because if we both play our best game at the same time, we also lose. So, listen, the Lakers, again, through 2.5 quarters, it was a 69-65 ball game. And they were in it, and they had control over the tempo and the pace, and they were mostly taking care of the basketball. And from there, the wheels fell off, and it started with turnovers. So you had 10 second-half turnovers, 8 in the first half. You got to keep your turnovers down, begin there. And then you just hope that, Austin is a gamer. And, again, 3 games back after a month off, he's going to find some rhythm. He might not find the rhythm that he had in March, but he'll find a better rhythm than shooting 25%.
So I saw when all the experts lined up at ESPN, you're the one guy that had it OKC in 7. Do you still feel that way? Can the Lakers steal a few games here?
Well, that prediction was made with the thought or potential thought of Luka Doncic returning at some point in the middle of this series. I would say based on, again, the body language I was telling you about earlier and the words that he shared with us today and the timeline, that seems unlikely. And so the Lakers, in order for it to be a 7-game series with Luka involved, it's probably Luka returning, say, Game 7.
Yeah, right.
I'm not so sure that's going to happen. I was thinking of a scenario where somehow they split the first 2, then you're coming back home, and Crypto.com is just on fire because they know they're going to have Luka Doncic back in a 1-1 series against the defending champions. I'm not so sure that's a realistic scenario at this point.
Dave, I think you said Oklahoma City had kind of a B- kind of night. How do they duplicate that? What do they need to duplicate what they did last night against OKC? If they get a great OKC game, I guess you got no chance. I mean, I'm looking at their bench, and I'm seeing Jared McCain down there. Jared McCain might be their 10th or 11th best player, and he's out there playing on the floor, and he'd probably start for the Lakers. Do you think if the Lakers had Luka last night, hypothetically, could they have won last night?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, if you're in a 2-possession game in the second half and you have Luka Doncic even not 100%, and you need to make a couple shots. I mean, they were 10 for 30 from 3, the Lakers were.
Yeah.
Luka can be a standstill shooter and do better than that, or certainly help raise that percentage, I'll put it that way. That's part of it. But like game plan discipline. So they showed a lot of game plan discipline on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which they deserve some credit for. But then he goes to the bench, and you see a scenario where you have Lou Dort putting it on the floor for a pull-up jumper. And rather you staying on your man, staying home, and allow him to shoot that, which is a low percentage shot, all the analytics will tell you, all the preparation will tell you from the Lakers coaching staff, you have a Lakers player leave their man to go run towards Dort. Dort then passes it out to Jared McCain for a wide open three, which is a much better shot for the Thunder to take than a Lou Dort mid-range jumper.
Yeah.
So these are the type of attention to detail plays that need to occur when you're missing the leading scorer in the NBA this season and you're working with some lineups that haven't had much continuity with one another. If you aren't all paying attention to all the things you're supposed to be doing, you're going to have a heck of a hard time trying to beat the team that won the championship last year and is rolling through the playoffs 5-0 and playing on their home court.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night when they deal with a heck of a rough matchup. And Dave, we appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much, and great work as always. Oh, by the way, Dave, before you go, I wanted to congratulate you on your piece with LeBron. The 23 questions that you did, I thought was just a terrific piece. How did you get LeBron to go along with that?
It was, I've been covering for 12 years. I think part of it is we understand that we both have a job to do, and we try to do it to the best of our ability in the times the press and the players have to deal with one another. And kind of the pitch was, hey, I've asked you everything I've wanted to ask you the last 12 years. I've actually kind of scraped the bottom of the barrel, and here are 23 questions I've ever asked you before. And obviously, it took him agreeing to doing it, and then I guess it took me continuing as the questions went on to keep his attention. Because at some point, he could be like, "Yo, I'm done. I don't need to do this anymore." But you find a pocket of time, 3, 4, 5 minutes. We did 9 brief interviews throughout the season, all around the country, usually post-game as we're walking out of the arena. And usually on the road, too, because we're both not in a rush to head home to our families. And I just am grateful that he gave me so much candor and honesty in his answers.
Yeah, it's a terrific piece. If anybody hasn't read it. By the way, his favorite movie is The Godfather? Who can argue with that, right?
Favorite movie.
Yeah. I love that. Love that. All right, Dave, thank you very much for coming on, man. Best of luck as you continue to cover this series.
Yep, thanks. And Su'a, you're going to be getting a call from Austin Reaves' agents, I think. They want
Yes.
to know about that
I kind of golf with a lot of the same people he golfs with, so I'm looking forward to getting verbally accosted on the next tee box.
All right, thanks, Dave.
All right, see you guys.